Hi, and welcome to my video, excuse me, on your focus student report assignment. So I'm going to share my screen so we can go through the assignment. Okay, so this is the focus student report, and you will see this video on this assignment once I finish recording it. So here is an overview of the assignment. This is from the syllabus, the exact same information that's on the syllabus. So you can review it here or you can review it on the syllabus. And then at the bottom of that description, you will see a PowerPoint. And we're going to go through that PowerPoint very quickly. And this is how to identify a focus student. So, the purpose of this is to identify a student who is going to be the focus of your final project. You are going to spend time observing this student and you're going to write about this student and possibly interview this student if you have the opportunity. So, how do you select a student? The student must be in grades 7 through 12. They must be enrolled in a class that you are observing at your field site. And they should attend class consistently or regularly. If they're a student who is absent frequently due to health issues or other concerns, that might not be the best person to observe, because it's going to be hard to get the information that you need. So you want us clearly the student has to be enrolled in the class that you observe, um, with your cooperating teacher. But if the student isn't there regularly, that's going to make it hard to get the information. So regular attendance is going to be important. And then how do you decide on which student to attend? So look around for based on the students who are in grade 7 through 12 who are enrolled in a class that you are observing, right? So they're in the teacher's class that you're observing, and are attending regularly. So once they have met that criteria, then you have to think about which is a student that you have questions about. Who's a student you'd like to just get to know a little bit better? Who is a student you find fascinating? Who is a student you're curious about? We're going to dive into that process of um, engaging in a case study and looking at our field site that we read about in week 3. So I think it was Florino Ruan was the author. And so we need to decide which student we're going to focus on. So after you have decided on your student, um, there is one final step. Let me go back to sharing my screen. And that is to fill out the focus student report. And this is what you will submit. And I just want you to notice that there are two versions. There is a Word doc version here. Notice that it went to my downloads, and there it is. It asks for only the student's first name, their age, if you know it, or approximate age, and their grade, your fieldwork site, the name of your cooperating teacher, the subjects, U.S. history, physics, chemistry, music, world history, the days and times you attend fieldwork, and which class the student is in. The student is in seventh period, right? Or uh, day B, fourth period, like whatever, right? And then these basically 4 questions. What do you know about the student from your time at your field site so far? Why did you select this student for your final project? And what are you hoping to learn about this student? So those are the questions. And once you fill those out, you will submit them on Brightspace. And I also just want to show you, sorry, that there's the option to complete this form as a Google Doc. So how do you do that? How do you complete it as a Google Doc? Because you cannot type on this document. So what you have to do is go to File, and you're going to do Make a Copy, and you're going to click on Make a Copy, and it's going to say Copy of Focus Child Report. And the folder should say your Google Drive, my Google Drive, because right now this is saved in my Google Drive, and you want it to be saved in your Google Drive. So ideally, if you have a folder for materials for EDS 201 and it's labeled as such, it will be in your folder in your EDS 201, your Google Drive in your EDS 201 folder. And then you click Make a Copy, and then you can type away. And then before you submit it on Brightspace, please convert it to a PDF. Brightspace, I don't believe, reads Google Docs. So please reach out if you have any questions. And I look forward to seeing who your focus students will be this semester. If you have not started your fieldwork and you have to submit this assignment later than the date it's due, that's fine. Just make sure that you submit it so that I know who your focus student is. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Be well.